And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of The Zone, TV Movie Entertainment, with me, your host, Jonathan, once again bringing you my thoughts and review for the Season 2 and premiere of The Mandalorian, Episode 1. So glad it's back, The Mandalorian Season 1 was so much fun, so much, information, gave us a lot of, clues about how does it actually fit into all the Star Wars lore. And it was just a lot of fun. I enjoyed that first season, and I have all the reviews out there as well, so you guys can go back and check that out if you want to watch it. But don't worry, I will not spoil this episode. I'll probably spoil it for when next week's episode comes out, so I can talk about that without the spoilers, and I'll talk about that. But if you haven't seen it yet, go back and actually watch it. It's on Disney Plus. Check it out, because good start. So we all know that in last season of The Mandalorian, whatever was left of the Empire, the new form of the First Order, they were coming, and they wanted the child. They wanted Baby Yoda. We all want Baby Yoda, obviously. But they wanted it because it has, remnants of what's left of the Jedi Order, and how the First Order and what the Empire was. They want to get rid of all recognition of what, Force users are. Get rid of them all, even if there's a glimpse of anybody using Force anywhere in the galaxy. They want to wipe it all out before they can come up with power and overthrow the Empire or the First Order. So now Mando has to take the Baby Yoda, take Yoda or Baby Yoda to find his own kind. Try to take it there, try to find them, try to, protect it as much as he can. He goes to some shady places where he has to get information, try to find a bounty hunter, or not really a bounty hunter, more of another Mandalorian, kind of like himself, who's somewhere out in the galaxy, who might be able to help him. He ends up going back into Tatooine. Yes, Tatooine, the home of the Skywalkers, the home of, spoiler for The Rise of Skywalker, Rey Skywalker now, so there's that, but this is way before her, so, this is after the fall of the Empire, so this is after episode 6, or sometime around that area. So he goes to Tatooine. He meets up with his friend, the woman who basically helped him, who had all the droids, and he hated the droids the last season. She ends up helping him, saying, "Oh, there's some guy out there who might fit your description you're talking about. He's in some town." So he ends up going over there. He ends up meeting this guy who calls himself the sheriff, and he's wearing a specific armor. I don't want to say what it is because it might be a spoiler, but I won't say what it is. So he's wearing a Pacific Mandalorian armor that kind of blew my mind when I saw it. And then you get a backstory of how he got that armor. So there's a lot of questions about what happened with the armor, who had it before him. So I'm not going to say what it is because if you haven't seen the episode, I don't want to spoil it. But gotta watch it. So he meets up with this guy. He's just some dude who found the armor, and he's been protecting the town. Ever since the Empire's second Death Star blew up, he's been protecting it because smugglers and all that stuff come to Tatooine, try to take over the towns. Kind of like a Wild West thing. You got the sheriff there, but yeah, you got some outlaws coming into town and try to run him out of town, but he holds his ground. And unfortunately, there's a huge sand creature out there who's kind of basically terrorizing the town. He asks Mandos for help. They end up teaming up with the sand people who live there. We all know about those things. And they team up to try to take out the creature. And that's basically the gist of the episode. It was a fun episode. Like I said, it really sets the tone for what this show is going to be. It still has the adventure stuff. It still has all the comedy in it because there were some moments in here. And it does have the nostalgia. There are a lot of clues about certain events in Star Wars that were never answered, but it feels like it's going to be answered in this season, especially for certain movies. And, of course, some certain TV shows like Rebels, and of course, Clone Wars, those are official canons, even though they're cartoons, but they are canons of the Star Wars lore. So there might be some questions about that in this new upcoming season, and I'm looking forward to it. I thought the episode was fun, great action scenes. Amanda looked great. Baby Yoda, as cute as ever, still adorable. And I can't wait to see what he's going to get himself into this season. And it should be very fun. It should be an interesting, fun, wide ride. I think there's only 8 episodes. I'm not too sure how many episodes are there. But this was also long, too, so that's a good thing. You know, sometimes you want it to be long, but hopefully it doesn't, you know, kind of drag on to be like, okay, come on, get to the point. We want to make sure it gets through the good stuff from A to B and be fun while it does it. So it did that. It did that job, and I'm looking forward to more. So if you haven't seen the episode, I really recommend watching it and checking it out. And if you have seen it, what you guys thought about it? What you thought about the mystery behind a certain character in this episode? What do you think is gonna happen? And also, there's an ending to this that kind of leads into something that could happen in the future episodes. Don't want to say what it is, but it's very questionable. And if you've seen the episode, you know what I'm talking about, and let me know in the comments. Actually, no, don't say anything in the comments because it might be a spoiler. Some people haven't seen it yet, so just keep thinking about it. We'll talk about that next week when the next episode comes on. That way, episode 1 is already passed, and people who haven't seen it, tough. But we're gonna give them one more week. Fortunately, that's like the only bad thing about Star Wars Mandalorian season 2, that it's a weekly thing. Kind of wish it was like Netflix, where it's just one thing. We done with it by now. I think there was like only 8 episodes. I think maybe 10. I'm not sure. Who knows? We have to wait and see. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought. Thank you very much and have a good day.